And this is where I'd love to transition and share what we as an organization are working on to talk about and to address the fantastic research that they've done. I think for folks who are familiar with my role with the organization, we've been building from some of the research I did previously, which we can link to a webinar that I did last November, talking about connecting and building connections for rural women. Specifically from this project, we are working on building a mentorship network, and we really want to make sure that it is flexible, as Caitlyn, Delaney, and Naa Korkoi talked about. We want to make sure it is adaptive and really filling a need and helping to connect women who so desperately need to be able to rely on and learn from each other. And so we want to keep all of y'all informed about as we're building that, to get your feedback. And so stay tuned, it's coming. I also want to highlight some of the work and programming we're currently doing in talking about sharing experiences and sharing stories. Right now it's called the Next 50, and we're hosting programming that relates about building resiliency through yoga and mindfulness and resiliency practices to really take care of yourself. We're trying to offer those as short 30-minute sections to just hop on, take some time for yourself with breakfast, before breakfast, during your lunch break. When you're in your car, we've had folks join us from all over to just take some time to breathe and take care of themselves. We're also offering some connection times through networking intentionally, and as well as through some undirected space we call morning connections, that are just absolutely the favorite part of my week, to get to just hop on and chat with people across the state. We've had even a few across the nation who just want to come in and talk and connect. In terms of experiencing sharing, we're hosting Ask a Leading Woman. Our next one is next Friday with Fallon Ryan. And this is a time where we invite a woman leader, whether that's of a large organization or a small volunteering group, to share their experiences and how they got where they are. And the feedback from it has been overwhelming. It is so wonderful to see myself reflected, to see my burdens and my barriers reflected in the work of someone successful. And so we really want to welcome and invite all of you to attend these free virtual events that are just a space to help build and support you. And like we said, we're going to be working on building this mentoring network that will be coming. And so we hope that you stay engaged. If you have interest in participating in it, don't hesitate to let us know. I'll have contact information at the end. And we also have our Spotlight Leadership Profiles, where we interview women, and that's just an asynchronous way for you to learn about the work that women are doing across the state. Besides that, I also just want to really highlight the value of university and community partnerships. I think it's fair for me to say, Teresa, that 100 Rural Women is absolutely lucky, and we work with a great variety of students, myself being one of them, and as well as working with Delaney and Naa Korkoi and Caitlyn. It is such a wonderful way for university institutions to give back and support us. And I'm graduating, but we are working on hiring a new graduate research assistant to help continue some of those programming and other pieces. And I am graduating. I can actually announce today, I'm officially committing to the University of Wisconsin for medical school this fall to become a rural physician. And I would not be in the spot I am without getting this real community experience as a graduate assistant. And so with that, I want to invite Marcy to just share a little bit about the fundraising that we're doing to help fund future students like me.
Thank you, Delaney. And first I would say is you just witnessed the vision of Teresa Kittredge in putting together 100 Rural Women. So I want to acknowledge Teresa and her labor of love in putting this idea out there. And especially as we've seen that this has gotten into the cyberspace during COVID. So wonderful way of pivoting and making your vision work during these difficult times. Also, thank you, Delaney Anderson, for all the work and time you put into it. And I think what you've seen is the results of a graduate research assistant. And as Delaney had said, connection to the university and women in leadership is very vital. I was elected as a county commissioner in 1990, along with a powerhouse rural leader, Mary Page. So it's the Mary Page Fund that has been and will be supporting a graduate assistant. So as we embark on this fundraising effort, we ask specifically for financial support at whatever level you can contribute. We're putting together a fundraising team and would certainly welcome folks from across the state to participate in that. I think on your screen you might see the webpage of where you can go. At this point, it's a crowdfunding page, and any amount will help to continue building this pipeline of graduate students to help learn more about rural issues and women leadership. So thank you to to Teresa, to Delaney, to the three presenters, the University of Minnesota and the Humphrey Institute for your support on this effort. Thanks, Delaney.
Of course. And with that, we just want to highlight and thank, we are not who we are today without a community behind us. There are so many different institutions and organizations that have supported us financially or otherwise, and it is such a joy. I want to thank all of you here today for joining us. And Emma's going to throw a link in the chat to a feedback form about today's event. We would really love to get your feedback on whether you enjoyed this, how we can improve it, how we can continue to add value. And there is space on there to share if you are interested in the networking piece, that mentorship network. So stay in touch. We hope to see you at a future event. Like I said, we have Ask a Leading Woman next Friday at the same time, 10 a.m. with Fallon Ryan. We would love to see you there. We are so thankful for your time and attention and energy this morning. And we just hope to see you at a future 100 Rural Women event. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.